What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Popular Loner, coming to you with another video, okay? Another collective. This is the thing. The way this was tugging on me, it came through as very ancestry, but then as I'm easing into the flow, this could be your spiritual team, period, all right? So I don't know how I'm going to title this. I don't really know what the title is going to be. Oh, they got a couple things they need to get off their chest. That's what it's giving. It's giving. Oh, no. It's giving. Bring the collective up in here. Front and center. Front and center. We got a couple things that we need to talk about. We got to rap. But this is the thing. Somebody here could have just been watching Lilo and Stitch, because I instantly started doing that dance. They go like... But then I'm also hearing that song, Keep It Flowing, Baby, the Isley Brothers. I did just wake up not too long ago. 0101 on the clock, okay? That could be somebody's angel number. Is there a Capricorn in the building? Are you born on the 1st? This is the thing, 111 on the clock. Your spiritual team, first and foremost, because they know you're already getting nervous, all right? They're like, we need you to continue to be an open vessel for new opportunities and blessings, okay? Let me channel. We know you're tired, but this is not the time to waver. But this is also another thing. There's a strong message for all of us that we need to rest. Like rest. I don't know why it came through like this, because I don't even know if, I don't know. The way it came through in my meditation was rest is primal, okay? But I just feel as though in order for you guys to get activated, be colorful, be creative, be in your bag, you're going to have to rest. If there's a fear that something's not going to be there, if you just take a couple days, what's 3 days going to do, friend? Okay? And look, and I'm talking to you and also talking to me, because sometimes I'm like, no, I gotta go. But no. You know. We all know this. This isn't even me coming to y'all as a channel message. This is just P to y'all, Paige to y'all, okay? This is person to person. Now, we all know when we push it too hard. Y'all hear them birds out there going crazy? They was not doing that. They like, yeah. You know, we push it too hard, it ends up really fucking us up. And then we had to take these long ass breaks. Now, breaks are sometimes needed, but we just know, like, basically what I think the collective is going through right now is we are going through a temptation. Ooh, it's a thin line. Ooh, that temptation to go right back into those old patterns, those old habits, those old beliefs. But we are stronger. We are stronger than ever before. Okay, who was just watching? What's that movie? I might have to watch that again. What is that movie that I'm thinking of? Is her name Angela? Oh, I'm thinking of them in like The Warrior. Fuck. What is that shit called? Someone could be African here. What is that movie, y'all? Where it's called the Quijobi. I'm about to say Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm mad. Oh, it's that movie. Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's do a prayer. I can't keep continuing without the prayer, okay? Fast forward if you need to. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to say thank you so much for waking me up this morning, Lord. Okay, real quick, let me come in here. You know, I was not trying to take those little days off, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I took that PTO. Thank you for putting that in my spirit, okay? Thank you for bringing my energy back, okay? I want to ask right now that you please put a covering over me as I go into these messages, go into this reading. I cast away all demons and evil spirits away from me, my space, my household, and those that you deem fit for the protection, Lord God, that are tuning into this reading. I want to ask that you make me a clear, conscious vessel for the messages that need to come down today. Please help me to be very clear, okay, gentle where I need to, blunt where I need to. And just help me deliver these messages and help them to get to who they're supposed to get to. Let me see what else I want to say. Please continue to connect me with my spiritual team members that you deem fit, and just help me to just maneuver in this energy, because I already feel it. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for this day, and thank you for everything you've done for us. In Jesus' name I pray, and God's name I pray. Amen. Amen. All right, listen, this is the thing. A lot of overwhelming energy. Okay, so I don't know how long this reading is going to be, but I just had to get it out like this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. First of all, so I'm over here shuffling the cards. And I was like, no, I was like indecisive. I'm like, no, let me do that before I get on here. And then I was like, no, do it while you're on there. And I was like, no, no, no. So I was just going back and forth, okay? So there could be a little bit of an ungrounded feeling that you're going through right now. And I'm going to tell you, because they told me, they said, I want you to lay out the cards. Anytime you come across a reversal, that is a message for them, okay? And that is what's taken in depleting their energy. So I see the Seven of Swords in reverse, but before the Seven of Swords in reverse, I saw the Nine of Cups in reverse. Damn, I can't remember the other ones. But let me just tell you this. Too much energy going out, not enough energy coming back in. There has to be a balance. So some of you guys have been overextending yourself. And that can be in multiple ways. That could be oversharing. That could be inviting too many people in. Maybe helping assist too many people at one time. Overbooking yourself. It could be many things. It doesn't even have to be anything connected to like monetary value. It could be maybe you knew you was tired and there you go picking up the phone. Okay? There you go picking up the phone. We got to be more discreet. What's that about? Oh, the Page of Swords in reverse. We got to be more discreet. I don't know who this is for, but there needs to be more discretion when it comes to who you are communicating with, when it comes to your plans, when it comes to a good key, when it comes to a good moment of like, even if you want to gossip, you know, I'm not here to down talk nobody because I already told y'all I love a little tea. There's like a certain caliber of gossip though. Like some shit I just be like, okay, girl, don't bring that to me. But no, like a little key. I like a little key. I like a good gossip channel sometimes. But this is the thing. Who is this person with these red boots? You know, when I look at this, this looks like an environment. Okay, and this has been coming up. Okay, some of you guys, like I said, you could have resonated with my last reading. And it's funny because I intuitively grabbed the SD card that was connected to that last reading. What's going on in the workplace, friend? What's going on in the workplace? There could just be some things happening astrologically. There's just some real petty ass, okay, the word conniving for some. Some of you guys are super intense. It could just be competitive. There's a lot of promotions happening. There's a lot of accolades being given. Are you a part of that team that's getting the accolades? Others of you, I'm just getting like some disgraceful ass energy in the workplace. Yeah, look at that. The Eight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. They weren't in reverse though. Like some of you guys are already thinking about leaving your job, okay? You're already thinking about it. And I think, I'm not going to lie, I did just see the Three of Cups. And to the Empress, I think that might be the best thing for you. I'm not saying that you got to jump ship right now because obviously you need a plan. That's so funny. Look at the Chariot and the Sun card in reverse. I'm not saying that you got to be very, like, quick about this. This is going to take some planning, maybe even some job searching. This is just when you come to the realization like, okay, yeah, I already know that I want to leave this job, or I'm going to already make that, like, that decision. I know I'm going to leave this job. I know I'm going to leave this environment. I know, like, I'm firmly set in that this is not where I need to be. This is not, like, I don't need to stay here any longer. That in itself is going to help you to, like, aligning with that is going to help you to be able to think further on what your next actions should be. Is it something with your resume? Is it reaching out to people to see who's hiring? Is it getting those extra hours so that you could start stacking before you jump ship? Like, what is it, okay? So some of us, we need to align. We're going against the grain. We're trying to muddy it up. We're like, no, maybe I should. No, you shouldn't. It's been too many things showing you why you should not stay in this environment. Or, yeah, no, it's coming through as stay in this environment. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's for only some. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. With this Chariot in reverse, you don't have everything that you need right now in order to just move. Okay? Others of you, you do have everything you need. This is a mentality switch that has to happen, okay? Me and my friend were just talking about this. It's so easy to get caught up in a cycle where you feel like you have to. Like this is your only place you can work. This is the only thing that's going to work out for you. This is the only person that's going to love you. You know, this can go into so many different scenarios. Whatever puts you in that cycle, there's like this unwinding that, okay? Like releasing from that. And in order to release from that, there has to be a moment of clarity. So I feel like that Chariot card not only is talking about don't rush the decision or don't like jump ship just yet. For me, this could also just be, this might not be physical things that you're missing. It's more of a mentality switch that has to happen. Yeah, some of you guys aren't feeling confident in yourselves or in your capabilities to be able to leave this cycle. Like I said, if it's a relationship, it's like, this is the only person that's going to love me. This is the only person that's going to give me this time. These are the only friends that are going to pour into me. This is the only job that's going to blah, 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 blah. It's not true. It's not true. Okay, it's not true. Six of Swords. There's better things waiting for you in different territory. And that territory could be a new place, new city, new home, new environment, new social circle, anything, okay? Uh-oh. Hold on. Uh-oh. We got a lot of reversals here. Let me look at this. Is this a story? Hold on, friend. I gotta look at this. Pisces, Aries, Scorpio, and Libra. What's going on? That could be sun, moon, rising. Okay. See, whoever I'm talking to, you're very, very, very. You could be working on your root and your throat chakra. You are very aware of what needs to change. You're just stubborn, okay? You're just stubborn. Some of you guys know there's a tower moment waiting to happen. And yet here you go, going against the grain. What are you holding on to, friend? What are you holding on to? This thing that you're holding on to that I feel like you know needs to be released. Let me write this down real quick. I gotta write these down. I wasn't expecting this to come out like this. Fuck. It's gonna be a long reading. I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. I probably have to use my phone. Here we go. Let me go to my messages. What are we holding on to? Gosh, and this thing, whatever it is, it's like dead. It's like it hurts still. It's like it already has shown that it's not something that needs to be focused on right now. This is almost like giving life to a situation that is already dead. Like it's dead, friend. It's dead. It's dead. Why are we replaying this? Why are we trying to find different solutions when really we're the prize? We don't even have to entertain this no more. 1313. We don't have to entertain this no more. Whatever this is, it's really hitting your abundance. Yeah. Some of you guys are forgetting that you're the prize with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like there has been this something that's going on where it's like, I need this in order to be successful, or I need that, or this could be related to ego. This could be fears. This could be, I don't know why this came through, and I'm just going to say it and then I'm going to press. It said family, friends, judgments. Family and friends, judgments. I don't know. There could even be just some insecurities that are coming up at this time. Yeah. Too much of other people's opinions. It's muddy in the water. Some of you guys, this is the thing. This is what we all have to remember. That was a message that just came through. You know, sometimes it is hard. I'm talking to myself too. You know, I'm channeling. That was a good one. Whatever just came down. But there's just this vibe of like, sometimes it is easy to get caught up in what the people we care about or just what other people say, period. Especially when it's coming from multiple people. But this is the thing. You have to remember that your path and what you're meant to do is not for everybody. So of course you're going to be having these instances coming up, but it's up to you to be confident in your way. Okay, some of you guys are losing your confidence because I'm almost seeing this card, this Nine of Wands. It was in reverse. This is like, why are we continuing to try to like fit in this place. We're trying to fit in. We're trying to squeeze. It's like you're trying to put the circle in the triangle. We're trying to conform. We're trying to dim. We're trying to like, it's almost like I'm seeing some of you guys gray yourself out. Like you're very colorful. Oh my gosh, colorful. Someone's name could be, not Kauai. I don't know why that just came through, like the word Kauai, but maybe you're from, I don't know, this is like an island. I'm getting like a lot of Hawaiian type of vibes. Maybe you were just drinking last night. Some of you guys either put the bottle down, okay? Or you had a moment recently within the last week that showed you why you should not be drinking. I don't know why that just came through. I'm seeing like a festival, a carnival. I'm gonna go to a carnival. Seeing a funnel cake, pasta bowls. So this could be like a carnival convention type place. Now anyways, okay, backing out of that. Somebody could have even also got injured. Did you get injured? Somebody got injured here. I don't know why I'm picking up on somebody. This is very specific. There's like an injury here when you were doing something that you knew you wasn't supposed to be doing. There's like a partying too hard because he has a bandage on his head. This could be some Aries energy coming through here. Very impulsive. There could have been a very strong Aries transit happening for you within this last week. Okay. I'm seeing some very impulsive actions here that might have led to some injury. And injury could be, you know, to the extreme or to the minimum. Okay. For some of you guys, I don't know, you stepped out of your body and sent that text to that person that you knew you wasn't supposed to send that text to. You unblocked them. Yeah, friend, yeah, okay. This is the thing. They want you to forgive yourself. You're still healing, okay? Now, although that recent decision that you did make, that's for some of you guys, it did slow some shit down, okay? It did a little bit. It did. But it's okay. This is all to restructure. We just got to go back to the drawing board a little bit. There's something here where it's like, and this is not to make you feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at y'all. This is not to make anyone feel bad. There's something that just happened that just showed your spiritual team, like, okay, maybe they're not fully ready for this just yet. They're ready. Like, we know that they're going to get there, but we might need to, you know, we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to go back to, let's try a different approach. Like, your spiritual team is like, we know we have to try a different approach with you. Okay. Because whatever this is, it's not easy to get away from. We have to come at this from a different angle. And they just want you to know, like, we're here. Okay. There's some insecurities around family, possibly having a family, investments. They don't want you to make any major decisions right now. It's not a good time to make any major decisions, okay? Because there's a lot of things changing in the environment. They don't want you to be in a situation where you end up adding more anxiety and overwhelm where you don't need to. Okay, I see somebody longing for someone that they've recently cut out or that they're trying to cut out. But you are really holding your ground with, you know, that whoever this is. There's a real strong, I'm holding my ground, 1818 on the clock. I'm not talking to this person. There's like a standoff here. I see the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I'm just done. But are you, though? Because the Death card is in reverse. Y'all want to be done. It's hard, though. Strength card. It's hard. You want to be done. You're like, I want to be released from this, okay? Some of you guys are forcing yourself into a period of reflection. They just want you to be more, there's something, I gave this message before. There's something about the reflection period. Okay, somebody here needs to go watch my What Do You Need to Focus On Right Now reading. It was the most recent one that I did. Because there's something about how we replay these events when we reflect. It's like we're doing good, not to take away from your experience, but it's like we're doing good with the reflection. We're going through the moments. We're taking accountability. We're seeing things for what they are. We're owning it. We're getting past it. And then boom, it's like we start adding shit. It's like we start beating ourselves up. It's like we start rerunning. It's like a big ass rerun. Now me seeing Toy Story when they were looking at, was it Toy Story 2 when they kept looking at the screen and they were looking at like the old Toy Story and he was with that girl and the guy, I don't even know, like Prospector with his janky self and the horse. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't know if he was the sheriff. There's something here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is causing some insecurity. I might have to, let me write that down. Why are we scared to let this go? Wow. That's so crazy. I already wrote that down. Okay, let's get started. Yes, okay. This is a mentality switch. This is where it's all coming down to. It's like, why don't we feel, for some, like we're better, or how that we're better than what we already went through, that we're better than that cycle? Why do we feel like we have to stay there? Okay, so yeah, let me start with that. What is the collective struggling with? Like, why are we having a hard time releasing from a certain cycle? Like, what's going on there? The Seven of Swords. Some of us are having a hard time moving forward because this could even be a control thing. Maybe you feel like you don't have all the answers. Maybe you feel like there's more that you're supposed to know. Damn, do you see that shit? Crazy. Maybe you feel like there's more that I'm supposed to know. There's more. There's more here. The Devil card in reverse. This is like a control thing. Some of us could even be dealing with guilt, okay? There's guilt here. Why? Okay, this is why I gotta ask. There is this feeling I'm getting where there's a Death card, we got the World card, we got the Two of Swords. You know you're being forced to move from whatever this is. You're being forced to change. You're being forced to align with the changes. But for whatever reason, it's so scary. It feels very scary with this Devil card. See, whatever this is, I'm gonna just call it the energy. I don't know if it's a person, place, thing, a habit, I don't know. It got embedded in the DNA. It became a habit. It became a comfort spot. Even though it still feels sticky and you know you got to get it away from you, it's still comfortable. Okay, it's been there. It almost reminds me of when you have like clutter, and then when you finally remove the clutter, in some case scenarios, like, yeah, it feels good, but it almost feels like there's an empty space there. Some of you guys, it's okay to have that empty space. You don't have to hurry up and try to fill it with something else. Not yet. Some of you guys are wanting the healing process to be like, to look a certain way because that's what you're used to. But we're in different times, baby. 22. We're in different times. The healing process is going to look different. You might not get all the answers that you need. You might not have the same clarity that you had the last time you tried to deal with a situation like this. All I can tell you is your spiritual team is like, you're ready to let this go. You're ready to let this go. I gotta ask though, why is there such an insecurity? Some of you guys, if you're struggling because of some mistakes that you've made, I don't know if this is like an insecurity. This is like insecurities coming through and distorting the energy around, well, maybe I don't deserve that, or maybe I'm not ready, or maybe I'm... And when I say not ready, it's in a different way. Let me see how I can get it. Okay, let me get it out. What's the insecurity here? Yeah. Some of you guys, there's like an imposter syndrome here. Like, yeah. It's like everything's pointing me into the direction of I'm ready. Like, y'all got the... Like, this is somebody that they did the schooling, they did the training, they got the degree. They passed up everyone in their class, and yet they still have a fear of going on to the next level, even though everything is pointing towards them going to the next level like they have to. You cannot stay in kindergarten forever. That's what it's giving. You cannot stay here forever. They know it's comfortable. Some of you guys know what's going to be required of you when you go to this next level, but this is the thing, and this is where your spiritual team is coming through. I think these are the ancestors. Yes, they're on the right side. They're a little cutthroat. They said, but you fucking asked for this. I'm sorry. They said, you asked for this. They said, we love you, but you asked for this. Whose name is Adara? You asked for this, okay? And they said, we know you're overwhelmed, but this is the thing. They're like, I gotta clock your T. They're not taking away from the overwhelm that you're feeling. They're like, we see it. And we know that's a true feeling. We're not just going to come on and come down on you all crazy. But what you forgot, collective, is that when we had this agreement, When you put it out, when you let God know, when you let us know what you wanted, what you were desiring, where you wanted to go, you know, you forgot that you were also supposed to let other things dissipate in order to keep up with the energy. Some of you guys are feeding the insecurities. You're feeding the fears, all right? This is another thing I was picking up on in my meditation. It's like when you wake up in the morning, let's say this is an energetic thing, and I had to check myself too. It's like, what do you feed in the morning? What do you do first thing in the morning? Because to me, this is something that is snatching your energy. Going back to my other message, too much going out, not enough going in, all right? And it's like knowing that and still continuing to feed that. There has to be better boundaries. With people, places, things, their wants, their desires. It's about you right now. This is somewhat of a selfish energy. Even if you are like someone in a very humanitarian type of spot, you like to help people, your job requires of you to expend quite a bit of energy. That's great and all. But with you knowing where you're headed and with you having an awareness to the shift that's happening, okay, things have to change. Maybe we don't wake up first thing in the morning stalking that person's page. I'm just calling it out, friend. Okay? Maybe we don't use that time to, I don't know, go out and do careless things. Maybe we use that time to rest. Maybe we use that time while we're sitting in our bed when we could be just scrolling through our phone, looking at what everybody else is doing because that's comfortable. Maybe we sit with ourselves. Maybe we reflect on our day. Maybe we write in our journal. Maybe we unload our emotions. Sometimes it is more comforting and easier to look outside of ourselves versus within ourselves. Look at everybody else and what they got going on, their problems, their tea, before we clock our own. This is a lot about clocking our own tea, friend. Okay, what's at the bottom of this deck? The High Priestess. You know, we know. It's all of us. We know what we need to be doing. Okay, for some of us, it needs to be a fast. Okay, let's look at practical ways that we could set these boundaries. Practical ways to set these boundaries. The Four of Cups, it's like, say no. Okay, this is also giving me a level of sobriety. This is a lot of say no, nah, I'm good on that, no drinking, a fast, sticking to the fast. Discipline, okay, discipline. Where's the temptation coming from in our environment? And this is the thing, some of you guys are going to be, especially like I'm picking up something in the workplace that just came to me. Some of you guys also need to pull back your energy in the workplace. Maybe there's too much. Like, we need to remember that we're here to work, not to play. Okay, not everybody can be trusted. I've been picking up on that in the collective energy. Now, granted, are there going to be people probably like feeling some type of way because it's like, damn, the collective was just, you know, over here telling me all their business, doing X, Y, Z, you know, why all of a sudden are they like pulling back? You know, that ain't your business. As in, if they feel that way, that's not your business. You know what you're here to do. That's the thing. You know what you need to do. Don't worry about the others. I don't know how to say this because I know that sounds bad because, of course, I want us to think about how our actions could affect others. But with this specifically, and I feel like whoever is supposed to resonate with this, they're going to use this energy properly, okay? I just feel like there's something here where it's like what they think while you're making these changes is not your business. That don't got shit to do with you. You're on a mission. And you were told what you were told. And in that, you know that that's what you're supposed to do. And that's what you're doing. That's the distraction, getting too caught up in what everybody else got going on, knowing that you're trying to achieve a certain goal, period. Yep. Knight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. This is a refocusing our energy, calling our power back, getting back into the things that we love, getting back into our self-care, focusing on pouring that love into ourselves, into our craft. Too much energy going out, bringing it back in. Understanding that when we're at work, we're there to work, not to fraternize. That's for some. Okay. So how you can create better boundaries for real is, I'm telling you, if you focus more on your self-care and really pouring that into yourself, or even like when you have dead space as far as like in the day, like time where it's just open time, This could even be throwing yourself into a new hobby, studying something that you always want to study, a new craft, knitting. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Something that like helps you to get that energy out, okay? I feel like this is going to be really good to keep you focused, but also something about helping you to channel the energies. Let me pause this really quick. Because I almost get this very impulsive, rushed vibe, but it's like you need something to like, I don't want to say slow you down, but like focus your energy. Even if it's just to be a transition for you to ground. This is like a grounding practice, something to help you get grounded. But for some of you guys, it's like you're grounding yourself in the actual task. For example, like, let's say you do want to go study a book. Okay, let's say you're studying that astrology book. Yeah, you're studying, and yes, you're trying to get that information, but something about taking that time to sit, read the book, take the notes, it's like, it's different. It's shifting the energy. It's like you're really using your time wisely. That's the thing. They want you to, they're just trying to get you in alignment. Not that you guys are totally off track, but there's just this, okay, we see you kind of stepping outside the line again. We just scoot you back. That's how they are. They're like, okay, they're just a scooting you back. Y'all ever saw that little video with the chicken and the worm? And they're like putting the chicken like has the worm in like the little carriage, and they're like putting them in and making sure like nobody fucks them. That's what they're doing with you, okay? So yeah, because something recently, or you know, it could just be energetically, there's just a lot of energy coming through, and maybe some of y'all ain't even fall off. They just, it's like your spiritual team knows that there is this, it's a temptation to want to fall off, to want to hide yourself, to want to dibble and dabble back into those addictions, those habits, to want to feed into the insecurities and the fears. There's just a temptation here, okay? So please don't get offended when I say fall off, because for real, I really feel like, although there's this overwhelming energy, I feel an activated energy in the collective where it's like, you already know you going to the next level. It just, it's like this weird ass, big ass jumble of all these different emotions, okay? Two of Wands, back to the drawing board. Okay, some of you guys, if you've been thinking about sitting down, yep. Okay, it might be time for a new home too. Yeah, like getting right with your goals, sitting down, taking the time to organize. When I look at that Two of Wands, there could be one of two things. Either you've just made a Three of Wands move, like you've just expanded to a new territory, and now it's like, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Like I'm listening, but now what? Or others of you, there was a little bump and you had to kind of go back from that Three of Wands to that Two of Wands to be like, okay, what's my different approach? I noticed that I need a different approach, and I need to figure out what is that different approach. Okay, so some of you guys, this is a lot about, you know, figuring out what makes you motivated. What do you want? Especially if you did just recently get out of a marriage, or you are thinking about going into a different job, a different career path, or you are thinking about putting yourself out there in other social environments. You know, it would be nice to know exactly what is it that your goals are in that, you know, what is it that you want? And it could be fun. Make it fun. This could even be like a vision board. Yeah, like ask yourself, what is it that I want? Now, you know, I love a good impulsive moment here and there. I love a good, like, on a whim. But something about this, they want you to have a little bit of a clear direction. And it could just be because of how the energy is right now. It is overwhelming. You know, it can get a little fuzzy. So they're like, use this to your advantage for you to start manifesting and putting maybe it on paper, what it is that you want, what it is that you want to do, where it is that you want to go. Okay, what are some messages that we need right now? Let's take a break from that because I know that was intense. Okay, messages for us. Look at that. You are not just enough. You are more than enough. Number 16. You could be born on the 16th. I feel like some of the dates that are going to be coming through, the numbers, are going to be people's birthdays. Okay? I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's been really focusing on their physical appearance, changing their healthy habits, or changing their health habits. Okay, messages. Why does this feel so damn light? This feels light. Like, where are the others? The others. I don't know why this did. Maybe this is it. Is this everything? It just feels so damn light. Hold on, y'all. Was intense. This was at the bottom of the deck. Give me a second. Okay. We need a good bridge into these next messages. That was intense. What do they need to hear? What is the collective? We as the collective, what do we need to hear? We have parent your inner child. Show them the unconditional love that you crave. Okay, you could be 32 years old. That could be something that's really very much so coming up right now. Like if you were to unravel whatever this dent is that I'm picking up on, or this feeling like this, oh my God, what is that? This is the inner child, okay? This is some of those concerns, all right? Some of you guys are about to take it to the next level. And you know, when that happens, there's certain insecurities that start to come back up. But it's almost like your body trying to protect itself. Really, it's not your body, it's your ego, okay? Let's see what else. There's a lot of violets here, a lot of blues. Wow, I just got a crazy amount of peace when I was tapping into what I was supposed to tap into, or what I just tapped into, okay? You using your voice, whoever you are, is really helping to break chains. I don't know who needed to hear that. Keep doing it. When you feel most uncomfortable, that is when you're really supposed to put yourself out there. Trust me, I didn't want to get on here today. I was like, ugh. But I was like, oh, this message must be needed for somebody, okay? Anyway, we have the number 42. Okay, you could be 42. You could be born on the 4th or the 2nd, the 22nd, the 3rd, the 6th or the 1st, the 16th. Okay. Air can change direction at any moment, but within the chaos, there is always something new approaching. And that's the thing. That's really where all this is headed. Like, I've never doubted that there wasn't new beginnings. I feel like I started off with that. There's definitely this energy of be an open vessel for the new possibilities and the new outcomes and the new optimistic energy coming in. It's just, this is something that's happening right now. And it could just be energetically, there's just some shit happening. I don't know. But they want you to not, like, this is the thing. We are of this world, right? We're in it. Well, we're in the world, okay? I don't know the saying. But basically, let's say astrologically there's some things happening, okay? Or, you know, especially for those of you that look into your birth chart, there might be something in there that says X, Y, and Z that makes it like it's impossible for you to gain some type of, I don't know, talent, or, I don't know, gain some type of clarity in a certain area. But I feel like right now there's just this vibe of, let me see, I gotta ground this. This is coming through very shroomy, and no, I'm not off the shrooms. This is coming through very out there. There's just this vibe of like, we're not trying to make you feel like you're not capable. It's just whatever's happening energetically, we know how it's going to really fuck with the collective. We know how intense it is. So we're just wanting you to know what it is that we're telling you so that you can be able to redirect and not completely fall. Because what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing Squid Game, and I'm seeing like people crossing that bridge, and there are some people that are going to fall. It just is what it is. Are they going to get back up? Absolutely. It might take them a long time, but I'm seeing that. Now I'm seeing the movie levels. But for you guys, it's like, yes, are you going to feel the intensity? Because at the end of the day, on Squid Game, even the people that didn't end up falling off of that little bridge thing that they had to hop across, they still felt that energy. They still had to feel that fear, feel that insecurity. They had to question themselves. You know, they wasn't above that shit. They still had to go through that. Even though they made it to the end, it was like a lot. They still had to be in that energy. So wouldn't you rather be the one that makes it through to the end to get to the next level versus the one that falls? You know, that's basically, I think that's the best way I could describe it. That's why they're coming in with this message right now. That's it. Ooh, this just fell out. You could be born on the 4th. Number 4 could be very prominent here. Look at that. Look at all that damn color. I love that. Celebrate small deeds. They will add up to much larger celebrations. Yeah, some of you guys, there's this energy of like, let's not be so hard on ourselves. Because there's a difference. It's like y'all will start taking the accountability, but then you get so brutal with it. It's like we got to find a happy medium. Because I feel like there's like a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, it can kind of go, I don't know, they're like opposites, but it's like, no, we just need a balance. There has to be a balance, okay? Where is the collective being led right now? What's happening? Where is the collective being led? Oh, I love that. I love when one card comes out. We have Anna. That is so fucking crazy. Okay, I got to go to the channel messages. Because if you think I'm lying, these are the channel messages. So let me just read them. Rest is crucial. I put Anna. I did spell it A-H-N-A. So I have Anna, Adara, Audrey, Andrea, the name Carrie, Jennifer. Someone's name could be Carrie with a K, K-A-R-I, or your name could normally be spelled with a C, but it's like Courtney with a K. The last name Wilson came through. I also heard debilitated friends. So somebody here, and we're going to come back to this. No, I'm going to say it now. Not my right arm. Okay. There's something here, and I'm not saying that you have to cut people off, but just pay attention to some of the people that you are engaging with, 11:11 on the clock, for advice, for motivation, because some of you guys are pulling from a place of a debilitated person, somebody who's also struggling in that area. And it's not to say that we can't learn from other people. Like, they don't have to be necessarily on the same level as us. But right now, this is just a different time. So, like, there's something here of, like maybe it's not good to ask the person that is, this is going to come out harsh, but it's the only way that I can pick up on an analogy without getting lost in the sauce. Maybe if you're trying to work on your finances and you're not in a really bad place right now, maybe it's not the best time to start getting advice from that person who is going bankrupt. Yeah, it's great that their situation was able to teach you a lesson, but it's like I'm almost picking up on the person going bankrupt is also continuing to put themselves in certain cycles. And again, we're all human. You see, we teetering on a little line here. We're teetering, but it's like, pay attention. Like, you want to surround yourself by people, places, things that are motivated to go to the next level and really willing to put the work in and not make excuses. That's kind of what this is giving me, you know? Like, if you were fasting, this is not the fasting buddy. Like, this is not the type of fasting buddy where it's like every fifth day they're like, whew, you know what? I'm gonna just break the fast, girl. We'll pray about it and we'll go on. No, this is the type of fasting person that you want on your team, is that person that's disciplined. That's like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, no, like, they're strict. There's something here about a more strict or more, there's something there about that. Like, just pay attention to what you're feeding into, because it's like it's almost like you're feeding into debilitated energy. I don't know if that sounds right. I'm channeling right now, but like, that's how it's coming through. Anyway, okay. We have must look forward. Yeah. These friends, these debilitated energies, they will find their way. God will provide. I love saying that. God will provide. Okay, but it's time for you to move forward. Most righteous. I don't know why that was coming through. There's something here about the most righteous path, but this is the thing of why that was coming through. I feel like the changes that you guys are going to be making, it is going to be triggering people to, like, there might be some comments where people are like, oh, you think you better? Or like, oh, they think they better. But let me just tell you something. As hurtful as that can feel, it's not your business. Let them think that. Keep moving on that path. Okay? You have a destination to get to. I also got the left arm was burning. Okay? So I feel like that goes into this vibe of being open to what the universe is trying to give to you, what God is trying to give to you, what your spiritual team is trying to tell you. Stay open to that. Don't close up. Some of you guys have been this close to closing up. Don't close up. I also was getting burn scars. Somebody here could have been in a fire. But I also was picking up on, it's almost like you guys are setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. Absolutely not. We're done with that. Too busy trying to save everyone else, putting out their fires. Come back. I wrote it real big right here. Come back. Too busy trying to save everyone else, putting out their fires. Come back, collective. Come back. Look. Come back, collective. Come back, collective. Okay? Come back. Period. So, anyway, I had to segue. So we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. This is what we're doing. Let me tell you, the changes that the collective is making right now, those that are really like in that higher alignment, I'm telling you, this shit is going to be major for the people that come next after us. This is major. This is a lot of healing the lineage. This is a lot of like, that's why your ancestors are so here. They don't mean to be blunt. They don't, but they're like, oh, I just heard them. They're like, bitch. Girl, we believe in you, okay? Regina, the one that came before you, she wasn't able to do it. And it's so funny. If y'all do have somebody named Regina that's passed on, like I'm almost seeing like Mulan when they were all in the room. And I can hear the ancestors say like, oh my gosh, because I'm thinking about Mulan, where they're like, look, Regina couldn't do it. And then Regina's in the room as an ancestor. She's like, hey. And she's like, for real, Regina, you know you couldn't. And then Regina's like, you know, I couldn't. I got distracted by Billy. I did. Yeah, you got distracted by that man. It's like all the ancestors coming in. And they're like, anyway, we need you, collective, because we believe in you. I don't want to say you're like the last hope, but they're like, come on, like you're right there. We really believe in you. We put in so much time, so much effort. You got this. I just heard, don't be a Regina, no. But like, there's just this energy of like, don't waver right now, okay? They're behind you. Also, the names Nati or Nadia, Nakti, Shakti. Someone could be from India here. Also, Jerusalem temple came through. Fast and pray. There was like a lot of spiritual, even religious ties there. Some elephants. Some animals that came through was the elephant, the giraffe. I don't know who or why this came through, but the eggplant emoji, that could have been your last emoji. That could be your favorite emoji to use. I don't know why. Or eggplants. Let me just see. I'm gonna just take my time. I was gonna rush this, but pro tip, I might even put it down below. If you guys are anything like me, I'm telling you, put this reading. I watch readings on like 2.5 speed. It's insane. Very rarely can I, like, there's certain people I can't watch it that fast. Like Tasha K, I can't watch her that fast. I have to watch her in real time because she already talks fast. But like, yeah, speed this up if you need to. I just heard that song, but cry if you need to. Yeah, some of you guys need to have a good cry. Eggplant, spiritual meaning. I just want to see. That's a lot of purple. Whole lot of. Okay, in some spiritual traditions, eggplants are associated with Oya, the Yoruba deity of fire, storms, and transformation. They are seen as sacred offerings, particularly at cemeteries, often in groups of 9, symbolizing Oya's connection to the 9 tributaries of the, I hope I said that right, tributaries of the Niger River. Or the Niger River, one of those. In some cultures, they are also linked to prosperity, protection, and even the supernatural. Beyond Oya, eggplants may be associated with prosperity and protection in some regions. Their dark, glossy exterior and unique shape might contribute to their mysterious aura and folklore. I was not expecting that. That is definitely going to hit because I was picking up on some real, like, I don't know. What is that fucking movie, y'all? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Where, like, the Agoji. I kept hearing that. Agoji. I kept hearing that. Agoji. What is that fucking movie with that lady? Agoji tribe movie. I'm starving. I just got like Olive Garden pasta all up in my energy. Damn, I don't know what that movie is. Somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Agoji. I think that's what they say. But anyway, I heard the 300 Club. I don't know why this came through, y'all, but Ramona cheese. And that's funny because I did just get Olive Garden. 215, the number 215, or someone could have been born at 2:15 p.m. or a.m. 220, the number 22, 300, and then you could be in Aquarius. You could be born on the 22nd. Or you could be like a Valentine's Day baby. But anyway, let's get to this book. So we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus. I'm so mad I got a nail appointment today. It's not for my fingers, it's for my feet. The other day it got canceled. Well, I canceled it because it was just too much going on. But anyway, seeing the light, laying foundations, divine plan. It says, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ's consciousness to be woven through all of life. She is not widely known, but without her, Christ's consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that, devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they could not see their glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children. Another's may be to gather women in a circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of the plan. That is so true with this judgment card. Hold the card on your heart and say, Beloved Anna, thank you for laying the foundations for the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be revealed, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. That's the thing. Too much resisting. Whatever you think it's supposed to look like, drop that shit, okay? Only God knows what it's supposed to look like. Just drop it, okay? Drop it. Drop it. And there is this blunt message coming through of like, stop comparing yourself to other people and what they got going on. Like, you might not be meant to be a YouTuber. You might not be meant to be in the spotlight, but your impact and what you're supposed to do for people is just as big or even greater. Like, everybody has a different purpose, bro. I don't know who needs to hear that. Let's see an ancestor message that wants to come through. Thank you. Let's get it. Dear you, look at this shit. I cannot make this shit up. It says, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we're right there with you with our little umbrella drink, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. I'm telling you, bro, they are there. So really quick, I do want to come up off this because I do need to see what exactly, I don't know. There's like these challenges that I was picking up on, but we had to segue. This is going to be long as fuck. Okay, challenges could be in the workplace. Let me just see what's going on here. Everybody just focus their energy. Oh, Goji. Can someone please tell me what that movie is? Why that movie is coming to my mind. I just heard float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Okay, so maybe it is time to tap into that warrior spirit in a sense. But everybody's warrior spirit is going to look different. Because a true warrior knows when to act and when to, like, conserve. When to strategize. What, a true good one. Yeah, I can't wait to eat my Qdoba. I just heard rest is necessary. That keep coming through. I don't know. I'm going to keep saying it as many times as it comes up. Because obviously we ain't listening. Obviously we ain't listening. And don't feed into temptation. Okay, so what is the main challenge that the collective is going through right now? What is the main challenge? Okay, the sun, ego. You know, call it back, friend. Come back, friend. This to me is giving the ego is the biggest challenge. The ego. The ego. The ego. And obviously I'm a part of the collective too. So it might be time to look into that so that we could dissolve it. But you want to get an understanding for yourself. I'm not even going to go into this whole explanation. This is very like, it's time to get an understanding for yourself. Not everybody else's understanding of it. You need to do some research, okay? And then tap in and see, how does that apply to me? Where is this affecting me? And how can I unravel that? I also feel like with this sun energy, you guys are putting so much energy out there to so many people. And granted, that's probably for some of y'all, that's part of your purpose, period. But there's something here where I'm almost getting, when I looked at the sun card, it's like some of the things that you're feeling are not you. They're other people's shit. It's like your sunshine is like all on them, and then it's like your light and their lights are getting mixed in, and it might be time to call it back. Just for a second, call your energy back, okay? That's where I feel like a lot of the struggle is coming through as, or like where it's coming from. Tell me more. What is the collective? Let me talk about that. What is the collective holding on to that they shouldn't be no more, or that they're being asked to let go of? What are they holding on to? Oh, you don't want to show yourself? The Hangman. We just taking our sweet ass time. That's all. We're just taking our sweet ass time. Okay, we know exactly what needs to be done, but like, why is it so hard to let this go? Ace of Wands. We're comfortable. We're comfortable. It's everything I already said. There's just a comfort level here. There's a comfort here. You see what I'm saying? But if you called your energy back and refocused on the things that are actually pertinent and that matter right now, you would have the energy that you need in order to carry out this Ace of Wands, to actually see this opportunity for what it is. And you'd have the motion, okay? The stamina, okay? To get it the fuck done. The strength, the power, the vitality, all of that. Now, with this Page of Pentacles, the Hangman. Why are we taking our sweet ass time? Three of Swords, it hurt. That's Three of Swords, it's haunting. The Strength card, it's everything I already just said. Okay, what is something that we could do right now to heal from this? Okay. Gotta deal with it. This is the thing, stop lying to yourself. I know it's coming out blunt, but let me tell you something. When I was younger, like, this is when I was super young, okay? Because, you know, there will be these times, and it's so funny because I see people do it now that are also young, where it's like, let's say I liked somebody, and I was just having such a hard time dealing with my emotions and my feelings. You know, I was one of those people that had a hard time expressing myself. It was easier for me to pretend like I was cool, like I wasn't tripping off the situation. And like I was inquiring from a place of, oh girl, I'm just trying to see what's up. Like basically just fronting, like it wasn't hurting me. But you gotta be real. Be real with yourself. It hurts, friend. You're sad about XYZ. You sad about the actions you took in this situation. You're sad about what they did. It's okay to be soft with yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable with yourself. That's the only way you're gonna be able to unravel this shit. I don't know if there's like a pride with judgment. I don't know if it's the people that you're engaging with. Maybe you're scared of being judged by your friends. Okay, maybe don't talk to them. This is the you thing, okay? There is some discernment here. Let me see. What's going on? I don't know what I just was picking up on. There's something about who you're engaging with vulnerability-wise where it could be adding some insecurity. Now, granted, if you are engaging with someone who you know they're like a solid friend, person, place, thing, whatever, and you know they have really, like they have your best interest at heart, that's one thing. But some of you guys are like, you ever be talking to a friend group that you know, debilitated ass friends, debilitated ass people, you're talking and trying to pull from a debilitated ass place, from a place where they're already sinking. And this is not to like put it like you're better than them, but it's like you're getting your energy from the wrong place. You're getting your advice from the wrong place. That's why you feel empty. I don't know. There's something like that here. It's like we got to stop pulling off of this debilitated ass energy. I feel that in my heart. Okay? Yeah. There's a love interest all in y'all aura. How can they let this person go, or what's their advice with this? The Hierophant. I just heard only time will tell. Now, granted, if there is a person in your life already that you know you could trust, the relationship's good, you know, feed into them. Be present in your life, that in the things that you already have, right? But also, I feel like some of you guys could be inquiring or holding on to very tightly to someone that's already in a relationship. There are not the camera trying to cut off. I don't know. That was a message. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Some of you are holding on very tightly to someone who's already in a relationship, and it's like, why include yourself in their mess, in their timeline? Not to say that their life is messy, but they already got commitments and they already have engagements, encounters, intertwinings. Okay, why put yourself in that when you have full-blown opportunity to start brand new? Some of you guys don't have no kids. Not that that means anything if you do have kids, but it's like there's like a brand new feeling. It's almost like I'm picking up on someone who's freshly single. Maybe they're getting away from someone who had kids, a marriage, and baggage. It's like you don't have that same baggage. Yeah, you're not perfect, but yeah, girl, you don't have to be. Ooh, the death card. Let it go. Some of you guys holding on to this is literally putting you in a clusterfuck of this. And it's just not a part of, it's not a part of your destiny right now. It's not a part of your karma. It's not a part of the program. And in a minute, they're like, we're about to let you make yourself a part of that program. And then you really gonna be ass out. They don't want that. They don't want that, friend. They don't want it. They know you don't want it either. So they're like, let us help you. Don't look at this. Look at this. See, too much energy going over here when really the energy needs to come back to you. Your manifestations, what makes you happy, what you want to work on, your ideas, okay? Your vital energy all being right here, focused on you. Too much going outwards. In due time, you'll know what the fuck to do with this. But right now, whew, Rico sweep, Rico sweep, Rico sweep. Get it out of her. Look at this. I'm mad I can't even pick them up. Get them gone. Get it gone. Rico sweep. Rico sweep. R-I-C-O. Sweep. Period. That's what it's given. Anyway. How should we maneuver in our environment at this time? Death. Change. You know what you need to change. You know where you need to pull back. It's been speaking to you. Just do it. It's going to be uncomfortable, but just do it. Do it. 3 of Pentacles. This could be in a work environment. Yeah. I'm telling you, yeah, I could definitely see some of y'all on y'all way out of a work environment or just pulling your energy back. It's messy there, and you just got to be very discerning about who you collaborate with. Don't create more battles for yourself. And as things start to reveal themselves to you, if you do decide to stay in a certain environment, pay attention to what starts to show itself to you. That's going to show you whether you need to stay or go. But a lot of you guys are working in an environment where you're literally this butterfly and you're above I hate to say it, I'm just going to say it. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit around you. Why would we want to pull energy from them? Boundaries. I hate that I had to say it like that, but for real, okay? Let's see what else is coming through. Let's get into the oracles. 333. Discretion. Friendships are fantastic when there is equality in the relationship. Maybe it's time to undertake a quick audit of your friendships to ensure they are reciprocal. Who you collaborate with. Okay. Find your voice and use it nice and loud, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. Love. Before you can truly love another, you need to open your heart and allow yourself to receive love first. If you open your heart to love, it will flow into your soul. That love you giving everybody else, let's give it to self. Okay. I'm going to read these because obviously they're needed. We have resilience. Someone is protecting you from the truth because they are worried about your response. It's not their decision to make. You're tougher than they think. Richness. Search further. The deeper you explore this issue, the more truth you will find. It will be well worth the effort. Sadness. Allow yourself the space to feel miserable. Mourn what has been lost or what cannot be. If you don't take the time now, your sadness will catch up with you later when you're least expecting it. Yes. Let's tap in now. Why wait when we could tap in now? Okay. We're not done. That's why I gotta breathe. Because we're not done. We're not done. Okay, we're gonna go into some of the oracles. Okay, what's the advice moving forward? Where should the focus be moving forward? Where should the focus be moving forward? Yep, success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. We also have love. That's crazy. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. We have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And we have service. I feel good when I can help others from a balanced place. Yes, I added that in there. Okay. I need a self-care message. I have so many new decks y'all don't even know. So like y'all might see me like pop out with them. Sometimes I'll do little shorts to kind of like do little messages to like get the energy. But sometimes I'll even bring them on here. But self-care deck, a message. This isn't new, but the next decks that I'm about to use are new. Self-care message. Ooh, okay. Truth. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. Okay. Someone wanted to see that. All right. If you find yourself being so judgmental, we all can do this, of somebody else and how they're not getting it and how they're not, you know, paying attention to the signs. It's like, bring it back, friend. Bring it back, friend. Bring it back to you. For real. We have surrender. Stop trying to control life. It gets in the way of divine intervention. Yes, you got to release what you think is supposed to be right now because it's getting in between things, okay? So, I have these decks, right? I'm about to show them to y'all because now we're going to have to tap in. You got to send your energy. I'm going to go back to collect the other ones if I can get them. But I have this Capricorn deck. I have this Aquarius deck. Because I'm going to, okay, for those that don't know my placements in Western, I'm an Aquarius, you know, if, you know, what my mom told me about my birth time was correct. But I'm an Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, and a Scorpio rising in Vedic sidereal. Okay, I am a Capricorn moon, Aquarius sun, and a Libra rising. Okay. I feel like there's another one. I don't know. Maybe I don't have another one. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my dice. The first one that comes up that is associated with either of these is going to be the deck that I'm going to open up. Okay, so let me find my dice. I don't know where I just put it. I swear I just seen it. Okay, so just focus your energy. The first one of these that pops up on the dice is the one I'm going to pull from, 0808. We have Taurus. Taurus again. Let me clear this. Who's a Taurus? Wait a second. I do have Taurus. Wait, y'all. I do have Taurus. Hold on. I think I do. I think I specifically made sure to get Taurus. Let me find out. Because that's so funny how that came up twice. I do. I do have Taurus. Okay, so it's Taurus. Taurus wins. Alright, that's so funny. I'm like, why do I keep coming up? They like, girl, we're telling you exactly what you need to do. Alright, let me open these. Give me a pen. Okay. You are the first that I am using these cards on. You should feel amazing about that. Alright? I don't know what these are going to be. I don't know if they're going to hit. I don't know. Okay, it says draw one of the 40 cards in the deck and let its magical message encourage you throughout your day. All right. So let's just see what you need to hear. Ooh. Let's see what you need to hear. I mean, if you want, I don't know how these are going to work. So if you want to ask a specific question and kind of see what happens, you know, go at it. The more I work with these, the better I'll be able to see how I want to use them. Let me just show you guys what they look like. Okay. This is what they look like. Ooh, this is definitely fresh. All right, so tap in. I'm gonna pull 3. Ooh, okay. And this is what they look like on the other side. So they got, like, you know, bigger messages. All right, so let's see. I almost took that, but nope, too fast. Okay, so let's get 3 messages. 3 messages. Okay. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what's popping. I'm excited. Your first message. We have game over. The time has come to look with clear eyes at what you have and to get over what you have lost. If it really is game over, as it seems to be, get ready to pack your bags and prepare for a new reality. Know that there is a world out there waiting for you, even if you don't want to see it right now. I'm telling you, this is an opportunity for brand spanking new energy. I know it hurts. I know it feels crazy, but I'm telling you. And I just seen 11:11 on the clock. All right, 2, this is, all right. We have the good life. This is the good life. We suffer a lot, the few things we lack, and we enjoy too little. Wait. Let me read that again. It says, we suffer a lot, the few things we lack, and we enjoy too little, the many things we have. I was just talking about that, being grateful for what you got, be present. Do you know who said that? None other than William Shakespeare, who was born under the sign of Taurus. The good life is one in which we calmly and fully enjoy the present. It's time for you to do so. These are dope. These are dope. I like these. Okay. I gotta get the other ones. Man, I went into his shop. I know he probably thought I was in there like grabbing like one thing. I did a Rico sweep. I know that nigga was like, oh shit. Yeah, we need her back. Yeah, I'm good business. But I gotta get the other ones. We have off-road. The Pleiades is a cluster of 7 stars named for the 7 sisters from Greek mythology. Some of you guys were just studying the stars. The 7th represents the youngest sister, Merope. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. And is the least visible in the sky, reflecting the fact that she was veiled in a shame that she, unlike her sisters, married a mortal. You two are embarrassed by the same reckless fire. Damn. So take that as you want, but I also feel like some of you guys, again, remember how I showed y'all that 9 of Wands? Y'all remember that card? You know, I would not be surprised if some of you guys are being judged by the decisions that you're making, you know, to go elsewhere, to pursue other things that maybe the family didn't pursue. But just remember, they're going to judge. And it's not up to you to hold their hand in that. Right now, you need to be holding your own hand. You need to be empowering yourself to remember, like, nah, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to be with, or this is the life I'm trying to live. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of, like, I don't want to say toxic family ties, but it's just people that don't agree. Like, maybe you're super spiritual and they just don't get it. I don't know. There's something going on there, but I'm going to let y'all decipher that one. Other messages. Positive messages. Positive messages. Positive things. Okay. 6 of Swords. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe. And this is the 6 of Michael. So Archangel Michael could really be with you. You could work with Archangel Michael. There's a lot of protection here. Okay. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. Oh, a lot of blues. A lot of blues. A lot of swords. Where my air signs at? The King of Swords. Principled, rational, ambitious, respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. So that's something that they want to congratulate you on. You are very, like, you have great integrity, you have great wisdom, and they want to empower you and say, look, when you put your mind to it, you make the best decisions. Tap in. Be confident in where you're being led right now. It says a situation that calls for honest and open communication. A lot of throat chakra energy coming through here, okay? We also have the 8 of Ariel. This is the 8 of Pentacles. I always think it's the Cups, but the 8 of Pentacles. Y'all got that earlier. So there's something going on with that 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Yes, 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 yes. You know, I always talk about her. Like, anytime I get a reading from somebody, because I don't get readings from a bunch of people, so like, but my girl Kayology, you know, I fuck with her. If I fuck with somebody, I'm gonna shout them out. And real quick, y'all, don't be going on, I'm gonna have to make this announcement, but don't be going on people's pages telling them that they need to support me because I be shouting them out or like coming at them. I don't support people for a shout out. I support people because I just genuinely fuck with it. And that's just how I am. So yes, just don't do that. Those that know will know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, it's okay. But anyway, but yeah, girl, in my reading, she was talking to me about a specific situation. And she was like, I love how she said it. She was like, your brain needs something to chew on. And boom, that's kind of what I'm seeing for y'all. Like, it could be a good grounding practice for you to find a different skill set, or for you to find this additional education or training, or dive yourself into that, whatever that may be. Right now I'm looking into like astrology and stuff. Ace of Swords, a lot of ace energy. So we got Virgo, we got Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Yes, y'all. I think I'm going to end it there. I think I'm going to end this there. So yeah, you guys, you know, go be great today. Let me know how it resonated. And I'll see you guys down below in the comments.